Tweet sent. Good.
Okay. I have the thing up. I
Ooh.
haven't seen it doing anything yet.
I'm coming. I'm just checking Twitch
Doobie
right
doop.
now. Doobie doop. Okay, stream manager.
Waiting for Burnout Brighter.
Ooh, wait for me.
That's what it says.
Wait. Destiny, wait. Okay, I see us on Twitch. Wait.
I see you, and I see Fractured Veil, and then for me, I see.
Oh, hold on. Okay, I see us on
stuff.
Twitch.
Wait. Which is Twitter. You, I see Twitter.
Okay, do you see you now, Destiny? Give it a sec. There's a bit of a delay because I tabbed out of Zencaster and I'm capturing you out of Zencaster.
No, I see the game.
Okay, hold on. To OBS I go. No, you should.
Okay, now I see.
Yeah, you should be good now. Okay, cool. So we can see us. They can hear us. Chat. Let us know if we're coming through. Okay, if you can see and hear all of the things. I'll message center real quick to go double check. Can you please check? Okay, cool. All right. Why don't we get things rolling then, D? On your account, we're already live. So, but like you want, we can do our little podcast intro.
We'll do our little podcast intro,
and then we can.
Hey guys.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm starting now.
Hey guys.
Boop boop. Hey guys, welcome to episode 163 of Burnout Brighter, where we talk about gaming, mental health, and social justice. But it's October, and we kind of wanted to get into some spooky games. So we have asked our friends over at Fractured Veil to give us a bit of a tour of their game and tell us a lot more about it. We've had them on a couple of times and they've talked about it, but this time we're going to get in there. We're going to see some crazy stuff, some scary stuff. Matt's going to be playing along with Branden. I was too scared to play. So thanks so much for taking that on. But Branden, please introduce yourself. Thank you for coming on. Tell us a little bit about you before we jump into the game.
Yeah, it's a pleasure to be here. I am the community manager for Fractured Veil for Paddle Creek Games. I'm a huge survival gamer, so I'm super excited for us to be able to kind of finally dive in and get playing. I'm hoping next time we'll be able to get you in Destiny, but it's okay.
Mr. Biggles.
Mr. Biggles, I'm looking forward to seeing Mr. Biggles, but Matt and I will have a great time, and hopefully we don't run into anything too scary.
I'm a giant baby when it comes to most games. So I'm excited to kind of freak out with you, Branden, as I run around. I have my Gintoki ready to go, as everybody can see on screen here, is his lovely half-naked visage. And I'm excited to get into this with you.
Oh, it does kind of look like Gintoki.
Awesome. Perfect.
I'm saying, right? Not awful. Okay, here, just for reference, I have him right behind me. Right? This is not too far off. Right?
Yeah, he's just he's got some waves going. Yeah,
he straightened his hair today. That's all. He was trying to look good for the stream. He just straightened his hair, busted out that ancient Japanese straightening technique.
Oh, before we jump into the game, really quickly. So, guys, because we're probably going to wrap it up oddly this time because it's not like a normal podcast, but please remember that we do have this amazing spooktacular giveaway happening that all you have to do is answer one of the 3 trivia questions and comment that answer under the respective video. So stay tuned because I will be asking the 3rd and final trivia question at the end of the stream. All right. So, I mean, who doesn't want free video games?
Who doesn't want free video games?
Who doesn't want swag?
100%.
But all right, I'm sorry I interrupted. Let's get started.
But very quick, I just want to give a quick shout out to Xbox Canada. Thank you, Xbox Canada, for hooking us up with the Game Pass Ultimate codes to give away in our Halloween spooktacular. We appreciate it very, very much. So, Branden,
and then we have to thank a lot of other people too.
Yeah,
we have to thank Justin of the Mix for
Justin
giving us games, and also we're gonna hit up Freedom. So, guys, we have a lot of stuff coming and we have a lot of people to thank. So everybody who's participating, everybody who's allowing us to put these things together and supporting us, thank you so much. And to our listeners, thank you for being here.
Thanks all of you. So Branden, I think I'm gonna have to jump into your game, or we're gonna have to find each other. So why don't we get that process started?
Yeah, definitely. So once you join the server, what'll happen is you'll spawn into the world. I'll meet up with you. I'll create a party, and you can just join it directly, and we should be good.
Cool. So while this is loading, because this took a minute for me last time, why don't you tell us a little bit about Fractured Veil as a whole? In case somebody has missed the last couple interviews, tell us a little bit about the game itself.
Yeah, so Fractured Veil is a survival MMO set in Maui, Hawaii, 100 years in the future after a global catastrophe wipes out civilization.
That doesn't seem that far away.
It doesn't, which is very worrisome to me.
Yeah.
But it's definitely it's a great survival game that we've kind of taken a lot of aspects of other games and kind of taken the best stuff and scrapped the stuff that we don't entirely like and mashed it into something that really works. We do have a lot of RPG and MMO aspects that are gonna kind of differentiate the game from other survival games. So I'm excited for us to kind of dive in and be able to showcase them to you directly.
That all
That's
sounds
exciting.
so exciting. I know you're a big survival horror, a survival game
Not
person.
horror,
Not horror,
so
survival.
much, but survival, yeah.
What do you look for in your survival games?
Well, I think we talked about this briefly before, but
Mhm.
a good character creation system. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able to, like, I want lots of options, and I want to be able to look as different as possible as I can from other people. Like, I like that uniqueness that I could, like, put myself in the game. Also, I know that there's PvP in the game, but I like the option of not having to do PvP if I don't have to, just because I feel like when people do PvP, they're people who probably play a lot more than I do and spend a lot more time in the game. And
Mm.
so it just feels like the scale is like way off. I'm much more of a I want to make sure everybody's fed and has clothes and all the gear they they need, and like building like our home base. That's what I like doing in survival games. Not so much the fighting unless like we're kind of running together as a party to go take on something. But just from talking to Ryan and having him on a couple of times, like he really has taken that into account. So I'm super excited about this game because I feel like it's gonna be very well rounded for anybody who's into like survival type games. I don't know, Brandon. What do you think?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm more of the PvP type person personally, but it's definitely a challenge that a lot of games have where if you don't have the right amount of aspects of PvE to kind of balance the PvP, what ends up happening is you have too many PvP players going after the PvE people, and then the population essentially dies. So we're taking all the approaches that we can to kind of ensure that people have the best experience, whether they choose to directly just focus more on PvP, but also give the players who do want to kind of sit back and chill and do their own kind of experience to have those PvE zones that they're able to kind of do so freely. So there are going to be some aspects where if you do want certain things, you will have to take the risk and kind of venture out into those PvP zones, but giving those players the choice is something that was extremely important to us.
I like that. And one of the best things about playing survival with a group of friends is you can just send those people who like PvP off to go into those areas and do it. So, oh, it looks like we're in the game.
Yeah, I'm in.
Is he naked? Oh no, his
So
shorts are just very light pink.
so if you hit tab and go into the party screen, you should
Tab.
see a invite coming.
Party. Ooh, oh Canada, great name. Except I'm in.
Perfect. So
I have to say, our characters ended up looking kind of similar.
Yeah, this is kind of strange.
That is kind of weird.
we figured out.
Oh, brothers from another mother.
And we
Yeah.
figured
And
out we
they're
grew
both
up in
from
the
Canada.
we figured out we grew up in the same neighborhood pretty much. So
That's
Yep.
wild.
We could have known each other.
we could
Could
have,
have known.
and now we're just in dystopian Hawaii together,
Yep.
which I gotta say looks pretty beautiful.
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
the landscape is gorgeous. Okay, how do you run? Because I was just walking everywhere.
So when you start out, it actually defaults to have it so that it's toggle sprint. So
Oh, okay.
it might be set that way for Matt, but
Yep.
there's the ability to actually change that to hold to sprint. I'm more of a hold to sprint fan, but we wanted to give players the option to use one or the other.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm on toggle right now. I am generally more of a shift fan, but I have to say, this toggling is working. Ooh, what is that? A
I
backpack.
give you a backpack. Yep.
Thank you. Oh, I can drink water.
Yep.
I would. Is that salt water though? Is that fresh?
Do I
So
have
this
to-
is freshwater. If you go to the ocean, though, we actually block the player from being able to drink that because it would be salt water.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I drank some water.
That's what's up.
Let me
Yep, so we're gonna
fill
make
up.
our way to a little base that I kind of started. You'll see that there's not much there. It's just the foundation and the totem. We'll kind of get some building going, get some scavenging, and hopefully run into some mutants
I
that
have some nice muscles
scare you
already.
guys.
I just made my guy chubby. I was like, no muscle definition.
As I said, I whenever I have an option to make a character in the last couple of years, I've started just making Gintoki from Gintama every time. And this is just continuing on the tradition. I ran out of stamina, so I'm walking very slowly.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I know when I
I'm
was
winded.
cutting down wood, it was like you're winded, and I was like, we're just gonna push right through this.
Ooh, lie down.
So you can press Z to prone. When you prone or crouch while standing still, you'll actually gain your stamina back. We did recently implement a system, different player skills, kind of similar to how 7 Days to Die used to handle their skill progression. So it's kind of like by doing. So when we're going around and shooting our arrows or we're harvesting, we're actually gaining points into skills.
Oh, so that's you crouching. Okay.
Yeah, we were lying
I
on the
was like,
beach
he's
together.
just
It was
like
pretty
taking
cool.
a nap. Yeah.
Wow, pretty. Okay, hold on. I need to very quickly. I'm just going to because I think my next quest thing was to craft some arrows. So let me do a bit of that real quick.
Oh my god, what's that? What is happening? Oh, he got a little stuck. I was like, what's he doing?
Yay! Now I have arrows.
Nice.
Wow, you made this already, Brandon?
Yeah, yep. So I just started because I knew we were kind of starting out fresh. I was like, should I have a whole base going? But I kind of want to make sure I have you guys on again and do a longer stream next time. So
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely going to be on again. I cannot wait for you guys to see Mr. Biggles.
I'm gonna start cutting this tree is beautiful. I noticed too that I was sitting there like just trying to chop wood, and then I realized the way that it was highlighting to help me chop wood around the tree. I was like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be doing.
exactly. Actually, the funny part of that too is when I first started playing, I came from Arc and Rust, so like
Oh.
Legacy Rust. So it's like I didn't even notice that until we finally added the thing. Before it was just a flower that would pop up, but we've changed it since to highlight the player to actually that's the weak point and hitting it's like a critical hit to the thing.
That's actually really smart. I figured that out too. Like I was like, actually I didn't figure it out. I was just like, I'm just gonna try to chop it from the other side. And it just panned out for me, so
Destiny knows I'm a very good tree chopping person when it comes in survival games. Oh, goodbye,
all I know
tree.
is Brandon, you better not be near him when he's chopping the tree. Actually, if these trees fall, can they like cause you damage?
So they currently don't, but there's been some discussion about the
Okay.
possibility of that. It just haven't set on whether or not we do want to add that. That would be kind of funny because there's been other times in other games where that's kind of been the showcase of a really funny moment when you're kind of just
Yeah.
harvesting with friends.
Matt killed me in Valheim.
Okay, listen.
chopped the tree.
I proclaimed that there was a tree cutting area. You wandered into the tree cutting
There
zone.
was no.
It's
I
not
was
my
standing
fault.
beside you the whole time.
No. I went away from the base to make a tree
Oh my
cutting
God.
area, and you came to the tree cutting area.
That's not true. Anyways, so like, I have a question. So like
Yeah.
that totem that you made, what's the significance of having that totem? Is that just to mark your area?
Yep. So if Matt had I can actually give him a construction tool so he can kind of see.
Ooh.
Let me regroup to him.
Oh, I got some whatever.
Matt's
that
going to be
was.
my assistant for today.
Yes, assistant Matt.
Yep. So once you have the construction tool enabled, you'll be able to see that the totem actually marks the area for you to build. Since this is PvE, this is crucial. This will prevent other players from being able to actually build in this area, and
Okay.
other players will not be able to access your totem or doors or anything else in
Oh,
this
that's really
proximity.
good. Okay.
I'm
So
not
you're
gonna lie.
probably gonna
I may
notice-
have missed the tool.
Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and find that, but we'll right
I
over
think
here.
I think it disappeared somewhere as I was lying on the ground. Okay, so if I pull up this construction tool, oh, I see. So that's our zone right now. So this is the space that we can like build in comfortably without worrying.
Exactly. And
Wow,
and we
fire.
can actually extend the zone, so you're allowed to have an additional 4 totems connected to it, so you can actually increase the size.
Oh, okay. So that makes sense. So
So
maybe have a totem at each corner to extend it.
Yep.
so then like what would this look like? You know, like what's the goal here as we kind of like build and expand out? Like we could have like in a giant base together basically.
Yeah, so the goal is expanded area for you to build better bases in order to start sieges with mutants. So we do have mutant sieges in the game. These can be triggered naturally or triggered by the player. Um, we might get to that point today. I hope so, but we'll kind of wait and see. So it'll be kind of similar to what you see in 7 Days to Die. Once triggered, waves of mutants will spawn and attacking your base, and you need to kill them to kind of protect your totem because they do want to destroy your base. They want to kill you, and they want to take away your claim from the area.
Oh, okay. So
Okay,
my
so
question is,
hold on. Sorry, Destiny. Before you ask your
okay,
question,
yeah,
what
go
should I
ahead.
be doing, Brandon? What's my objective
Oh,
right now?
so let's harvest some trees. What we'll do is the nice unique thing about the totem as well is once we harvest enough trees, we can just put the wood directly into the totem. So when we want to start building, we can actually not have to worry about being encumbered by all the wood. It'll
Nice.
pull it directly from the totem.
Okay, awesome. So then I'm gonna
Oh,
go cut some trees. Destiny obviously decided not to play with us today because she was in fear of my tree cutting ability, which like I mean rightfully so. So
mm, mm. So where you're building at, is that relatively a safe zone, or like do you need to be careful while you're out there harvesting wood? Like at any moment can something like spawn and like try to like just ruin your day.
So the area that we're in right now is pretty safe,
Okay.
which is my reason for us being here. But if we actually went across the river, there's some homes there that actually have some mutants in the distance that we need to kind of worry about.
Okay. I
Um,
was so nervous when I first started up the game because you start up in like that building and obviously there's nobody else there and I was like, "Oh my fucking god, am I going to like walk into something?" Like I was like creeping all around like around the corners and stuff, but that's good to know.
you are
Um
actually so lucky too because there is an enemy in that area that you would need to be scared of.
Oh, I'm
I'm not
glad
gonna
I
ruin it
logged
for you,
out.
but you definitely would have been surprised. It would have been a great Halloween experience.
it's so funny.
Oh
Me,
my
meanwhile,
god.
me like I spawned in and I just started frantically running around the entire time, being like, "Where's the door?"
I found the door immediately. Um
So I'm gonna say this and not be embarrassed. When I first started playing this, it took me 10 minutes to find the exit out
I'm
of
oh
the
really?
Torcon. 10 minutes.
I'm not
It
gonna
is a
lie.
really big building that you spawn
Hmm.
in though,
Yeah,
so
I probably circled the entire base at least 3 times to be quite honest.
oh
I
my
kept
This
like
must
getting
be a
god.
back.
Canadian thing.
Yeah, honestly, I go back to the points where I spawned. I'm like, how am I here again?
Oh no, I got out pretty quickly.
Yep, but we did a recent redesign of the Thorcon area, and it still is a little bit of a work in progress. But we actually added signs. We made it a lot easier to navigate. So when I was playing it before, it was a lot harder. So it would have probably we could have had like a race, Matt and I, on who can get out first.
Yeah, like that was probably a little bit on me because only after about probably my second lap, and I was like, oh, there's the compass above me. I should have just been looking at that from the beginning.
Okay, so my second question is there's different types of trees here. So are there different types of wood? Like is there dependency on hardness? Can you only like make certain things or craft certain things with certain types of wood? Or is this just for like cosmetic?
So right now it's just for cosmetics. There's been some discussion of introducing different materials from different trees. Right now, the only other item that you'd get from a tree would be if it's a specific, it's like an apple tree, you'll get apples. If it's a coconut, if it's like a palm tree with coconuts, you get coconuts. If you get there's the rainbow gun tree, which actually gives you medicinal oil, which is used for crafting an antibiotic shot, which is useful when you're fighting against a certain enemy type.
I think that's the first tree you cut down, Matt.
I completely just. I should look. There's a reason I should not be allowed to build stuff. I came over here and just built another door in between two doors. Turned around. Branden made like a wonderful window back here. I turned around and made 3 doors. Okay, let's recycle this piece and make a window. Okay, doors and windows. That's what I want to do. Okay, here we go.
So I was gonna ask. So Matt and Destiny. So what is your role in a tribe or in a clan when you're playing survival games? I know you kind of mentioned a little bit at first, but what would you say your kind of priorities are when you first start?
Oh, okay. So when I played with Matt, I don't think he took it seriously. So he was just like running around doing a bunch of. I'm being honest. He just ran around and did a bunch of stuff. He did the same thing in 2 games that are technically like survival, which was Minecraft and then Valheim, right? For me, I think what's important is to get my base set up first. So usually, like, I'm going around getting all the materials that we need, but first and foremost is to get my base set up, because you never know what's going to happen at night and you don't know what's going to come out. And usually in survival games, it gets really, really dark out and you can't see.
Yeah, exactly.
The second thing is to find a food source. Bless you.
No, I built the roof the wrong way.
I was like, Corey, did you sneeze?
No, I was trying to build a roof and I built it the wrong way.
Oh my god.
This is why we can't have nice things, Matt.
Okay, no, believe me.
Branden, when we play, I'm going to be so serious. When we're playing this game, I'm going to be so serious about this. Like, I'm going to be like asking you a million questions. I'm so sad that I can't play right now. But I think my second, well, okay, I lied. My first thing is to find a place to build, right? So depending on like what type of game it is, like, do you need to be near water? Basically, try to figure out what type of enemies you're going to face. And I try to build on high ground. If I can't build on high ground, then I try to, if you're able to manipulate the ground, I try to like build a ridge around, not a ditch around the area that I'm in, if that makes sense, because I don't want to die. And then it's about gathering materials and everything like that. But I think the first thing you really do is build your tools. But I realized when I started this game, I already had a tool. So that's a question I wanted to ask. When this game comes out, will you already have something, or is this just because we're still like you're still working on the game itself? Because the tool that I had in the beginning seemed pretty advanced for cutting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so the Sharktooth pan will definitely be in when we do hit early access, and it will be something that it was kind of designed in a way where we kind of want to make sure that if anything happens to the player, they can kind of make a quick start of getting up and running again. Because I know a lot of games that I've played, it's like you spend 30 minutes running around gathering wood or gathering stone, you make your way too far from your base, and then you don't make it back, you end up dying, and you're like, well, you're sitting there thinking of all this stuff that you just lost, and not having a kind of mechanic that allows you to kind of get back in there pretty quickly is kind of cumbersome. So we've balanced the Sharktooth pan in a way where it's not going to be your go-to at every point, but it's something that can get you up and running fairly quickly.
Well, it's definitely a good tool to start with. Like, I was able to cut trees down. I was able to also gather rocks.
Come see my roof. Do you like the roof I made? I worked very hard on this roof, and it probably took me way longer than I needed to.
This is a design choice. This is the first time I've seen someone build this like this.
So now you know.
I may have made the roof too big.
With Matt. You know what it's like to play with Matt, okay? So like everybody who's watching can see that this is what it's like to play a survival game.
And you know what, Destiny? This is me actually trying, okay? This is me putting in time and effort to try and make a roof.
I mean, like, I think the roof is fine. It's just too big for for your living
Listen,
space.
I like natural air. Okay, so if we have this,
You have windows.
We definitely have a lot of air in this space.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Branden, you're gonna have to fix that. You're gonna have to fix it. I have my second, not second question, but another question that I wanted to ask because you brought up a really important point of like when you get too far from like your base area and you die, you kind of lose everything. Are there going to be waypoints or ways to like travel back to different places, or is this just going to be like manually you have to run back all the time?
So at first, or at least at this point, it'll be something where you can set up multiple bases, or you can set up sleeping bags on the map and use that as a quick spawn. Um,
Awesome.
I'm not entirely sure what direction we're going to go to the point, because we are eventually going to be bringing in settlements that you do have to contribute to. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just not entirely sure whether or not we're going to be actually offering the ability to spawn there instead. It's something that we're definitely going to explore, and if enough people want it and voice that opinion, it'll be something that uh, we take into consideration. A lot of the stuff that we've actually put into this game over the last year has been kind of community focused. We've had a lot of great people on our Discord making great suggestions, and as long as things kind of line up with that core vision and it's something that we see people want, it's something that either um, ends up in the game or something that we do take some time to actually see and kind of figure out if it does work. So those suggestions are extremely critical to us, and we're always listening.
Which I think is
Branden,
really
sorry to
cool.
interrupt, Destiny. I have a
No,
slight
no, it's okay.
problem. I'm starving.
I will drop you some food.
So my other question that I have a lot of questions. I'm
So
sorry because I
sorry,
really do love survival
sorry,
games.
sorry,
Nope,
dude.
go
I don't
ahead.
mean.
Go ahead.
But okay, but like,
Hmm.
so now I'm starving. You're gonna give me food, but how would I go about getting food on my own?
Mm.
So So if you look into this chest, the
Ooh,
small
a
chest,
chest.
so there's the beginner food is the barberry. You also have the coconut and apple. So if you're a harvester, what you'd be doing is you'd be kind of specifically going for the apple trees or the trees with coconuts in them. Um, if you're more of a scavenger, you'd be going for the barberries, which are the plants. If you hover over a plant, you'll see what it's called. Other than that, what you would be doing is, if you're more of an adventurer or explorer and you want to kind of take that risk and go for mutants, there's homes along the river. If you open up the map by pressing M, you'll actually see different areas, kind of
Oh,
streets and stuff.
yeah.
So different areas in the map will have higher concentrations of mutants. Um, so what you'd do is you'd want to go scavenge for stuff directly there. That would be a good food source, but if not, the first thing I would do, I would hop into the game, create a bow and arrow, start shooting some deer.
Nice. Now, follow up question. Sorry, Destiny. Before you jump back in here, can we go to
Hmm.
one of the houses?
Yes, we can,
Yeah.
but we should get some stuff before we do. I think what we want to do as well is, and if you've ever watched any streams with me, if you ever get a chance to, you'll notice that my biggest mistake is always never putting down a sleeping bag. I'm reminding people the whole stream to put one down, but when it comes to anything bad happening, I'm the first one who's like, "Uh-oh, I didn't put one down." So if you press tab to go into your inventory, you can go into the crafting menu. Um, what we'll do is work our way towards crafting some sleeping bags. So for me, I just need some cloth.
Nice.
I could
Okay.
probably get you some stuff as well. That's going to be the first thing we want to do before we venture out.
Okay. Cool. I will start grabbing stuff to make a sleeping bag. Sorry, Destiny. Back to you.
No, it's okay. Is there a way to make a torch in the game because it's pretty dark and I see that neither of you have torches?
Yep. Let me just finish crafting this. That can also be found in the on
Torch.
the crafting menu. Yep.
Found it.
You could also throw that on the ground as well if you wanted to illuminate the area. We do have a flare gun in the game
Ooh.
that does a good amount. It does illuminate the area really well. The downside is it actually attracts mutants. So if used right, you can actually start farming some mutants. just by being able to do that, gathering them all to the area.
So how would I go about knowing what I need to make a sleeping bag? Like, do I need like a recipe or?
So the sleeping bag is actually unlocked by default. So you'd either get it by going to the crafting menu. There should be, I believe it's
So
the,
Oh, I
crafting
see.
is at
I
the
was
top.
I was in the
yeah,
inventory quick crafting. That's why. Okay, I
yep.
figured it out now.
So are
Sleeping
you
bag.
guys thinking about putting vehicles in the game? Or are there already going to be vehicles in the game?
So there is a plan for a fabrication system as well as being able to build golf carts. That's been the first vehicle that's kind of been discussed. Um, we're going to be looking at other modes of transportation. We do have a zip line in the map. That would take us a little bit to get to. If we get to the communication tower, you're actually able to zip line from the top of the communication tower to the beach. Um, there will be expanding kind of on those, so there will be, by the time the game continues development, there will be different modes of travel.
Okay. So I know that the game takes place on just one island right now, right?
Hmm. Yep.
Are there plans to expand on that and possibly give players a chance to travel to other islands maybe in the future if you're going to be building vehicles?
Yep. So there's going to be veil travel. So it'll essentially be the same island, but in a different parallel universe type thing, kind of like a multiverse.
Got
Ooh.
it.
So each version, it'll be a different version of Maui, though, depending on which one you transfer to. So we're going to be exploring options of different biomes, but not just different biomes, but also different gameplay specific features based on those biomes. So there's a lot we can kind of work with that premise. It opens us up to a lot more, and we're going to be going big, and you should be hearing more about that fairly soon.
I'm excited. Oh my god. Oh, I wish I could play.
I know. I wish we'd be pretty far along, and I think next time we do get a chance to hop in, uh, we'll actually have a good amount of time and a good amount of people that we
Yeah,
can kind of get
definitely.
involved.
We should do like maybe like a weekend stream or something.
Hmm.
I'm
And
making a sleeping bag.
I
I'm
like
gonna
how
get like a new
you beat me
gaming
to it.
PC. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
Sleeping bag. Sleeping bag.
You should make two if you have enough to make two, so you make him one as well.
Oh, you're smart.
That's what you do when you play together as a team.
Hmm.
Yeah, but usually, so to answer your earlier question as to what kind of players we are, I'm usually the type of person that goes in and really just takes to heart what the team wants and needs, and then usually go in the opposite direction.
Oh
Um,
my god.
Destiny, I don't understand why you're laughing just that much.
No,
Um,
I just because you're absolutely right. I thought you were going in the other direction with that, and you came right
Me
back to
too.
what you actually do, and I
Oh
appreciate
man.
that so much.
I love the honesty.
Yeah, I don't know. I usually like to get into a bit of chaos and see what happens. Like if we have something that we're like seriously trying to accomplish, then by all means. But like Destiny told me to like when we were playing like when Destiny and I usually play games together, she's like we have to do this, this, and this. I'm like just tell me where to go and what to do because if you leave me to my own devices, nothing good will come from it.
It's absolutely true. I feel like Brandon already picked that up.
Oh
Like
yeah.
he's already telling you what to
I'm
do.
honestly, this roof is my Mona Lisa. I have never been more proud of anything than I have been of this roof. And just
Oh
to put that into
god.
context, when we played Minecraft together, Destiny and a few of our other friends were working very,
Oh
very
my
hard on making
god.
like a beautiful settlement. Me
Yep.
and another friend decided to make a giant rainbow bridge leading from one island to the other with all of our initials on it. For some reason,
Oh
they didn't
man.
like that bridge.
It was so ugly. It was so ugly. Because like me and one other person, like we were really trying to like get our like houses built and like make sure everybody had everything. And they were just like, and then they made a giant
We made a giant lava
lava
tower on a
tower.
mountain.
And then that just ruined the whole map because we couldn't figure out how to make it stop. And then they poured water on it, and then that made obsidian. And then obsidian's really hard to break. And like we were playing in survival, we didn't have any. It was just, oh my god, it was just terrible.
Come here, dear.
That's like me in 7 Days to Die when I try to do anything. 7 Days to Die is actually one of my favorite survival games, other than Fractured Veil, of course.
Of course. I went too
Spent
far.
Spent a lot of time on that game, and you will notice some aspects of this game that do kind of carry over the same enjoyment of that. But I'm the same way. I'm probably like Matt, where I come up with things when I shouldn't, and I end up creating problems for the group in general.
All right.
I think I just get too serious about surviving. Like I really like the game, so like I get mad at Matt when he does like silly things like kill me with giant trees and stuff.
That
Yeah.
one was your fault. I own up to my
It was
mistakes.
not.
And if you've listened, I'm very
Branden,
honest.
I swear to God, I was standing beside him the entire time, and I was explaining something to our co-host Darren.
Mhm.
And then all of a sudden, this tree just like, and he's like, "Oh, timber!" After he's chopped it and it's falling.
Okay, like you know that meme of like the one of the Office memes with Dwight and suddenly like what was her name, Angela just appears beside him and she's like, "Oh fuck," that was me. I just suddenly Destiny was there in the tree cutting area, getting hit by a tree.
It was not the tree cutting.
Listen,
area.
I got some pretty cool loot out of that encounter. So.
Oh my god! Like all the stuff that I dropped, yeah.
Free? Is it free?
Yeah, exactly. We're a community.
All right, Matt, so
all right,
we do need to be very careful in this area. So I would suggest getting as many areas as you can.
Okay.
Thankfully, so you probably noticed as well, Destiny, is this is Zone 1 PvE. So Zone 1 is going to have the least amount of threats. The further north you go up in the map, the difficulty of the mutants increases. I saw that. That's okay. We got this.
So I have a question. Does I know in Rust, like famously or infamously, you start off absolutely naked, which I've never really truly understood that.
Mm-hmm.
In this game, do you all start off in like underwear? Like, is that going to be an ongoing thing? And then like, how are you getting gear? Like, are you getting gear from things you find, or are you going to be able to craft gear?
Oh, got him.
Oh my god, this dude is like coming for you.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You know he used to be a butcher, because he looks like he used to be a butcher. Like he used to own like a little shop on the corner where he sold cold cuts.
I'm gonna drink some water real quick.
That's his story.
Perfect.
I love how you wrote a whole backstory for him. Sorry, Ben. Go ahead.
Yep, no problem. So
Ew, now you can't drink that water anymore, and that's all contaminated.
It's flavored. You know those flavored water pouches?
Flavored? Shut up!
So there's also mutant meat in this, so I mean it's on tune, it's on brand with what we're going for. But no, to answer your question, so right now you do start with a different pair of underwear.
I'm poisoned.
For females, it'll be underwear and bra. There's also going to be there's fanny packs. Right now we have several ones that you can kind of choose from.
What is he throwing? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but like. Mm-hmm. What is that?
I think I'm dead in the water.
Oh my god, man!
It's a decapitated head, but it's poisonous. It's rotting. Actually, I might die here too. Hold on, Matt.
Oh, that sounds so nasty.
Okay, I'm just lazing in the water.
I'm coming.
Working on my tan.
Can you imagine living in a world where they just throw
both
like...
died, Matt.
All right, respawn it is. Oh no, I'm back. I'm back. Nope, I'm back down again.
Area 1? You were in Area 1. Wasn't that the easy zone?
Destiny.
It was the easy zone, but we got a little ambitious. Matt only pulled 2. I pulled 4, so Matt's not to blame in this situation.
I just think that it's not about the size or the amount of the enemies. It's how you make do with them. Okay, Destiny.
How you make do with them. But you both failed.
Oh my god! All my stuff is gone. I'm going back. I have my pan. I'm ready.
Yep. So it'll actually show us where our death marker is. So
that is so nice.
Kind of similar to Ark, and other survival games that actually have the loop beam. So I'm gonna make sure I don't loot your body, but we can definitely regroup.
Is this
So
one my
we,
body? Oh, I died here.
Oh
Oh, we
my
literally
God,
died
this
beside each other.
looks
yeah.
so fun.
This is so romantic. This is like
Oh
the
my
Titanic all
God.
over again. Look at us.
Oh my God, the Titanic all over again.
Yeah, we just need a door. Can I
Yeah,
craft
we just
one?
need a door.
I think somebody did like some like well you are in the water, but I think
I know.
somebody did like some tests and evidently they both would have fit on that door.
Oh no, they both would have. So I don't know exactly how the story actually played out in real life, but uh-oh.
I'm
Map
Oh,
just
what
coming.
is
opened.
I'm
that? What
coming.
is that?
I'm
Oh, those
coming.
are just your dead bodies, right? Just your
Yep, so
okay.
we went to our dead body. You do
Got
have
it.
to be careful of your dead body too. So we just actually killed a cannibal. So the cannibals will actually feast on mutants and player corpses.
Oh Jesus.
Once they do this for a certain amount of time, they gain a buff. So you've
Oh, I
seen how.
remember Ryan saying
Mhm.
something about that.
So you want to make sure you minimize the amount of bodies you keep left over. So you either harvest them, or I'll show you a neat
Wait,
thing.
are you guys cannibals too? What do you mean by harvest?
Just so there is mutant leather and there's mutant meat in the game. Um, I do not advise eating the mutant meat, but the mutant leather is something that you're going to need
So you're just wearing
for your totem.
people skin.
I mean, eventually, but um,
Oh
well, one
my
thing
God.
to answer your earlier question, because I realized we completely deviated from it, but
Bless you.
Sorry.
when it comes to clothing, what you want to do is when you're going around and killing mutants, there's actually a currency called rye. So what you want to do is you want to collect that. The place where we spawn Matt is where we kind of want to regroup once we gather a certain amount of resources. So main thing you're looking for when you're harvesting and killing things throughout the world is a resource called 127. That's used for energy. Energy is kind of like the high tier resource that you want to make sure you get. It's used for purchasing strong weapons from the vendor. It's used for actually traveling to the other map. Right now, it's still the same map. It's still the basic map, but we just recently put the groundwork in for Veil travel to be a thing. So fairly soon you'll be seeing some stuff where actually new biomes come in and new maps come in for us to traverse to. So that's very exciting. But
That's so
energy
cool.
is going to be
I have a
the
question.
major thing that you want to get. Yep.
Do these guys drop loot?
Yep.
So like when you killed Bob the butcher, he was
Bob the
holding
Builder.
like a cleaver. Is it possible to like get those things from him, or is that like not a thing?
So that right now is not a thing. There's been some like discussions on or like suggestions by the community to actually add a specific cleaver to that mutant. So it's definitely something we'll consider. But right now, the loot tables for the mutants are mainly rye and the rare resource 127.
So I
I'm just
noticed that
saying, if
like
they're throwing mutant heads, you should be able to harvest mutant heads.
Hmm.
give them a taste of what they're throwing.
Yeah.
So I noticed that you've been like you got rid of some of the enemy bodies that we took down. You lit one on fire. You chopped one to bits. Is there anything we can do to our dead bodies to make sure that nothing goes wrong, or is that
Oh yeah, do
Yeah.
your old dead bodies not despawn?
They do. So what'll happen is, so if our bodies that are actually in the river right now, if we want to go back there, we'll actually notice that there's a cannibal in the water. Keep in mind, it's
ah?
alpha. That's why.
Oh, go look at the cannibal.
I'm looking
Go
at the
look at the
cannibal.
cannibal.
Yep. So he was actually the cannibal right here. She was actually feasting on the corpse. It might have been Matt's, it might have been mine. Who's to say? But
That makes it sound like it was mine. Go on.
let's just say that that's one thing you do need to worry about. So it's kind of the thing where it's a system where you just can't leave bodies laying there. You want to actually be able to harvest them and make sure that they're taken care of. Um, because what will happen is, as I mentioned, cannibals will spawn. Cannibals will look for corpses and feast on them, but they'll also buff themselves and other mutants around them. So
Oh my
you
gosh.
just want to make sure that when you're going into adventure out into different areas, that it is a concern to actually being able to dispose
That
of
water
those.
is so contaminated.
Can I light?
I
Okay,
would
so I
do
can.
that.
Can I light their bodies on fire even in the water?
Yes, yes, you can.
Excellent.
What?
Burn,
Really?
burn.
That's some magic right there. I'm so sorry. I sneezed and now my nose is like all like.
It's allergy season. I've been going crazy too
Yeah.
here.
So
Yep.
you mentioned earlier that we shouldn't eat rotten meat, and now I'm staring at it in my inventory, only thinking about eating rotten meat. Why should I not do that?
The main reason is, are you looking at the raw meat or mutant meat?
No, I'm eating it. No, I didn't mean to. I pressed the button.
No, press another button.
That's well.
All right. So in the case of consuming
That's
raw meat,
perfect for what not to do in a game.
Yep.
Everybody watch.
the toxicity, your toxicity level increases. So it'll get to the point where you're poisoned and you'll take damage over time, and you'll need to craft an antibiotic shot.
From the rainbow gum tree.
Yep. So you get the medicinal oil from the rainbow gum tree, and you combine that with some iron, and you got that antibiotic shot. And the good thing about the antibiotic shot is, no matter what level of poison your character is under, it'll completely wipe it away. But you want to make sure that once, did I heard a mutant? Is it coming? Yes. You want to make sure that you're not eating raw meat or mutant meat, because mutant meat will give you more toxicity.
Also, I'm sure it tastes awful.
Oh, nice shot.
Nice shot, yeah. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go after some of these mutants. I like how I'm like, oh, we should clean up. Matt and I walk right away from the body.
You're like dead. Moving on.
Yep. We're just so excited. We're like, oh, a piece of candy.
That's
Yeah,
100%. I was
your
like, ooh,
Blow
right.
off.
Yep.
Yeah, his
so
head exploded right off.
Yeah. So a good thing to keep in mind, and I can't believe I literally forgot to tell you this, Matt, but when you're done killing the mutants with the arrows, what you want to do is go up to their body, hit tab, and the arrows will show up on the ground loot.
Oh, and you can get your arrows back.
And early on is when you really want to.
So go up to them and hit tab.
That. Yep. So if you hit,
Oh,
so you can. Yeah.
Take all. Give me them. Give me them back.
So that's
I'm just trying to figure out where they're carrying all these heads at. This is ridiculous. Like he's just picking them up off the ground.
Oh, Matt, we might be in trouble here.
Oh, that is a lot. It's okay. Don't tell me the odds.
We got this. We got this.
Burn his ass.
We're survival veterans.
You guys only died like once in the first 30 minutes, so I'm pretty proud of you.
Yeah, I mean it's the teamwork.
Oh, go away! I'm poisoned again.
Oh, there's a lot of them. Man, these cannibals are crazy. Like as soon as it's like you fresh blood, they're already there.
All right, I may
Oh
have
my
been
God.
knocked down again.
So the nice
poison
thing here
got me.
is, I'm actually able to, if I can actually get them, I can revive you.
Nice.
So I'm hoping. First, I want to get them off. You just keep in mind to let me know the time on your timer.
We're still okay for now. I'm just chilling on the ground here. Ooh, a nice decapitated body just dropped. Nicely done, Brandon.
Hold on, I'm trying to.
It's okay. I
I need
believe
to
in you.
get rid of this guy.
Also, True North in the chat. What's going on, my dude? Thank you for joining.
Hey,
Thank you
True
for watching. Hope you and the fam are doing well. We're playing some Fractured Veil with Branden from Paddle Creek Games, one of the wonderful developers. Oh, I'm back!
Yep. So a nice thing here as well is we added the ability for me to actually heal you. So if I'm going to craft some bandages, feel free to do some for yourself as well. But if you right-click on a player who's injured, when you have the bandage equipped, you just click the left mouse button and you'll heal them up.
So the bandages also heal the poison?
So they unfortunately don't. So we're gonna have to actually craft a smelter, or which I can actually do right here if I just get some wood. But
I have wood. Would you like some? I have 42.
Yes. Okay, I will need a little bit more. But
Drop.
if you
Here you go.
drop that on the floor,
That's a bit of
perfect.
wood to start.
Oh, is that you crafting?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I only have 6 arrows. I'm definitely gonna need more than that.
Oh my god, my nose.
So if you go back to, I think where you
Did you
were at
Brandon,
die?
this point.
no, Brandon. You know how you
Yeah.
gave me a backpack about 40 minutes ago?
Yeah, you didn't equip it, did you?
I did not equip it. I've been holding like 7 things this entire time, one of which was the backpack.
Oh man, I had a feeling. Um, we're adding we're adding a quality of life feature soon to actually make it auto equip once you have it. So
God, you got
you'll-
so much more space too once you like
Yeah, like
actually
it's
put
not.
it
It's
on.
it's a considerable amount.
Okay, so you got to burn that body, right? Or some more cannibals are gonna come.
yep. So you can either burn it or you can harvest it with a stone axe. The
I
good
don't
the
think
good
Matt
thing
should be harvesting any more.
the good thing with harvesting the mutants is it gives you mutant leather, which is an item that we just added that is going to have additional uses within the world. The first implementation we use is to allow you to upgrade your totem. So the totem that you saw at our base, Matt, that's just tier 1. There's 6 tiers. um,
Cool.
what we have is each inventory, each tier increases both the inventory, but you get to a point where you're able to put energy into it, and it creates a buff on a certain amount of pieces from the totem, and buffs are health pieces. So it allows the construction pieces to take more damage, whether it be from players or mutants.
That's cool.
That
Yep.
apple looks very good.
So we got quite a bit of metal. So I'm actually going to smelt some down and get
So where did
us
you get the
some
metal from?
machetes.
Was that just from harvesting from rocks that were around?
Yep. So we have specific iron nodes that are kind of mixed in with some of the stone resource nodes that are on the map.
Mm-hmm.
It's not plentiful when you have a lot of people coming in, but um, the area that we went to, thankfully we got lucky. No one was there previously, and we got to take them. So a lot of people will actually have to move a little bit further north to get certain resources. And we're going to be adding in systems where um, we're going to be creating either events or certain things to kind of push players into certain areas. Kind of similar to what I was mentioning, where we're going to have like PvE specific stuff and PvP stuff. I haven't even gotten to like dungeons yet either. Um,
Oh
dungeons
man,
in
this is
general
going to
too.
be a multi-episode sort of thing. Definitely,
Yes. Yep.
definitely.
Yep. I look forward to it. I'm super hyped to be here. Time has been going
I
like
cannot wait for
yeah.
to play again next time. Okay, so
I have to say,
our
I'm glad that this time it actually was just Brandon and I, because I feel like he had to, take me out for a walk before he introduces me to all his friends. Um, because I've been a little bit chaotic here, and then I will continue to do so next time.
Yeah, I mean, by the next time we play, you're gonna be a pro.
Yeah.
so are resources not renewable? Like, do they not regenerate after a while? Because you said like you have to move further away.
They do, but the respawn rate is slow. We're
Okay,
gonna be adjusting that. But right now it's pretty slow to kind of force people to because it
explain
is an
like
alpha
explore
to
the rest of
explore
the
different
island and
areas.
stuff like that.
Yep,
Okay.
exactly. Um,
So
Okay.
my next question is
Sorry, quick question. I have
nope. Go ahead.
39 rye. Am I rich?
you are on your way.
Yeah.
You're on your way.
So,
Can you farm?
You can't farm yet. That's been a huge suggestion.
oh no!
I don't have any word on that at this point, but I'm hoping because I that's all I used to do in Arc. Once
Well,
they
because I'm
added that to
assuming
Arc,
like if it's a survival
Mhm,
game and like food seems pretty sparse and we don't want
mhm.
to always eat like mutant meat,
Oh, where did you
having
come
some
from?
grains, and
Uh-oh.
maybe
Oh,
Can,
it's
some
buffed.
other
It's
stuff.
buffed.
can I hit them with my pickaxe?
You can.
Inadvisable.
You can, but like it's not that strong.
Better get some headshots in there, homie.
Yeah. See, headshots are really important in this. Let me, as I miss every single shot.
It's okay.
Matt, I don't. Did you run out of arrows?
I did not ask me. Yeah, eat it. This guy has like 6 arrows sticking out of his face. Yeah.
I would like let her run up on you just a little bit and then just shoot her in the face.
That's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Because I'm definitely going to need to practice my aiming. Because my aiming is not so good. Brandon, I have a quick question. I can't tell if I'm just doing something wrong. When I tab over these and I see like all the loot, when I try and press take all, nothing happens. Am I supposed to be doing something first?
So for the take all, it doesn't currently work on ground loot.
I see. Okay.
Double click on that. That'll be something that gets fixed in a later patch. But
Cool.
one thing, actually, let me see if I have enough to show you. Once we go to a certain container that's back at our base, I'll kind of go over some of the mechanics. The thing is, like, there's like even though we are in alpha, there is so much actually that's already in that like we haven't even scratched the surface yet.
That's
So
what I was
it's
about
like
to say, especially even like given the fact that like I know I'm on my computer, I'm running OBS, I'm running things. I did drop the graphics to medium just to make sure that things stay stable. But I've encountered next to no issues. Like this is running really well. Like I have to say for being an alpha, it's like it's already in a really impressive state. And I can only imagine how much we're like you said, I'm sure we're only scratching the surface so far.
Yeah, I think once the game is loaded and you're actually in the game, it's pretty smooth, right? It's just like loading it up for me.
Loading is very extensive at the moment. It's even for me as well. That'll be something that gets improved over time. But I do notice that once you're in and you're adventuring out into different areas, it is a lot better. The menu and loading in is the most extensive resource wise. Thorcon performance still needs a little bit of work. So once you're actually away from the Thorcon as we are, you'll notice things ease up pretty.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Follow up,
well.
quick question. How do I drop what I'm holding, like quickly? Is there a way to do so?
If it's a hotbar item, you just click the same key.
I just
So
clicked the
one-
same key. Okay, perfect. I was holding more rotten meat, and I didn't want to have that kind of power.
Oh yeah, that's too powerful. You could actually you could right click to hold it in the air and throw it.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna throw the rotten meat at the zombies, and then let's maybe get out of here. Here,
Definitely.
free food.
But before we do that, let's loot these bodies that are around us. Oh, there is a.
You gotta get that leather.
Yep.
Get some new Nikes made out of that.
Yeah. That's the nice thing about mutant leather is it opens up the possibilities for so many other systems. But what I was going to mention earlier too is for the farming system. That's something we'll definitely consider. I just don't have any exacts on if or kind of when. But
right. I hope you guys do put farming in there. Like I love. Well, okay. Can you fish? If you can't farm, can you fish?
So fishing is a planned feature.
Okay.
So that'll definitely be coming.
And like
and
we
when
live
that-
on an island, we should be able to
Yes.
fish.
Yeah. So if you go to your inventory, so if you press tab, Matt, and go to the talents menu,
Yep.
you can actually see different talent groups that we're specking into. So while we're running around, so if you go to the builder, hunter, you'll see all the
Oh my
skills
god,
that
there
we're
are so many
specking.
skills already.
Yep. And this is something that it's going to be like extensive. Like this stuff is going to change a lot over time. But one thing you've noticed is stamina is pretty unforgiving early on. Whether it's athletics or other talent or other player skills. Good example is like I'll read this right here. So athletic skill, earn points by sprinting and jumping. Increasing this will reduce your stamina rate. Like it'll reduce the amount of stamina you take whenever you're sprinting and jumping. So when you start out, things are a little rough, but as you keep playing and like kind of what you're doing kind of dictates how easier things get.
Nice, that's awesome.
Yeah, but someone just let me know that farming is definitely coming in.
Oh,
Ooh, there you go.
I'm glad they're
Yeah.
watching. Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Thank
So
you.
really
Thank you
quick
for that.
question. The deer that he just
Oh,
killed,
puppy.
Is that considered a body that a cannibal will try to come and kill?
So
I mean, not kill, but eat.
it won't try to eat. It will specifically go for humans and other cannibals.
Okay.
So those are the ones that you want to worry about the most, um, especially in certain areas. So like a good example is when you start building up a base, you have a certain amount of time before there can be a naturally occurring siege.
Mm-hmm.
So a siege is kind of like similar to what you'd see in 7 Days to Die, um, except it doesn't have to happen at night. It can happen at any point. So there's checks,
Mm.
and what we kind of want to do is we kind of want to create a system where it's not something that people can predict. It's just something that they have to worry about.
Oh, nice.
So once the system is more fleshed out, it already is pretty fleshed out, but we're gonna have it so that it'll notify you on the heads-up display. Because right now it'll do it by chat, and then if you're in the area, you'll hear this uneasy howl, and you'll see the smoke plumes, and you'll see all the mutants start spawning, and it is pretty scary. And I'm glad that we haven't hit it yet because we just built that base, but definitely something that is going to be a lot of fun next time we're able to hop in here together and kind of explore those systems.
So, just a quick question from the chat. True North Gamer asks, so it's a passive skill level up for the skill trees?
Yep. So for the player skills, what'll happen is each skill is tied to a attribute. So you have in strength, you have archery, construction, lumberjacking, and melee. So all those skills will, as you level those skills up, you'll get points that you can put into those talents. So it's kind of categorized where you need to, if you want to focus on the builder tree, you have to go and level up the player skills that are tied to that talent tree.
I
Got
see here. So,
it.
for example, like with my archery, I'm at like a 9 out of 10 on bow damage. So
Mhm.
once that goes up, I'd get like an archery skill point to use towards the hunter, for example, for the builder side of that there.
So for right now, it'll be the builder because it's in that skill tree,
Right.
but we're reworking things. So that one, everyone's like, why isn't it on hunter? And I was like, that is a very good point. Um, but these are things that'll be changed over time. But if you go through those, you'll see the kind of talents that you're looking through and kind of what the expectations are. And really, when it comes to you playing the game, you kind of dictate what you're focusing on based on what you eventually want to build towards.
Awesome.
Got it. This is really dope. Like, I'm super excited. Oh my god, my roommate just messaged me and she's like, "It's 8:04. It's time to eat." So, um, we're
So,
probably gonna bring this to a close pretty soon.
yeah, I
She
have a
doesn't
quick
want to wait on
question.
me.
Yeah.
Whose adorable dog is this? Because it's absolutely, this picture kills me. It's
It looks
incredible.
like his dog, but black.
So that is actually um, Rob's dog. So he's a member of our community team. He's responsible for the lore in the game. He's the one person that, if you want to talk lore with and you want to know the story about Fractured Veil, he is the go-to. I'm
I
Nice.
want to
pretty sure
ask
that's
him
his
why
dog.
there are only posters and there are no like family photos anywhere.
No, there are family photos, or at
Where
least
did you
photos
see
of people.
family
Back out here.
photos?
See?
The dog?
So we have a system in place where it actually pulls photos from a collection of stuff that some of the play testers and some of the Kickstarter backers and people involved with the team. So it'll populate different homes.
Oh,
So
that's
if you go
amazing.
if you go into
Oh,
this one,
okay. I
you'll see
thought they
more
were
as
all
well.
posters because they're so massive. I didn't know they were like family photos. But now I see.
Yeah, yeah,
Because they
yeah.
weren't in frames, you know? So
Mhm.
I was like,
So, do we want to head back towards? I'm assuming for us to log out, we have to be in a safe place. If we log out here, we're probably inviting all kinds of danger.
yes, you have to log out in a safe space because your body is still vulnerable when you log out.
Yep.
I found
And
that out in Ark when
yeah.
like I was playing with someone and they chopped my body up and then like ate it.
So the nice thing too is, so you do not want to log out in the PvE zone because you can be looted.
Okay.
And you do not want to log out in the PvP zone because you could be killed. Um, but we'll make our way back to the Thorcon. The nice thing about the Thorcon is it's set up in a way that as soon as you log out in the Thorcon or in any safe zone, your body actually disappears, so players can't see it.
Oh,
You keep
nice.
your loot.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
I don't know where I logged out. Somebody probably already ate Mr. Bickles.
I
Wow,
hope
we
not.
did not go as far as I thought we did. I felt like we
No.
went like 700 years away, and we're actually quite close.
So Rob was saying that dog is actually Darby. It was his first Newfoundland dog.
Oh, adorable.
Aw,
Yep.
was.
Which is those dogs are gentle giants, man. Like I have a Cavapoo, which is kind of funny because one of the first dogs she ran into was a Newfoundland dog, and this dog was the biggest Newfie dog that I've ever seen in my life, and I've grown up with them, right? And this was when my dog was a puppy, maybe like 5 or 6 months old,
Oh,
and
baby.
was absolutely terrified. And the Newfoundland dog was literally like went all the way down, being completely submissive, wanted to play with her so bad, and my dog's like, "No, I'm sorry, you're too big."
My
Aw.
dog's the same way. We have a
Yeah.
toy poodle, and she's like, whenever she sees any other dog, she loves other people. When it comes to other dogs, she's like, please stay away from me. I'm scared.
Yeah. This dog too, like absolutely loves people. Not a big fan of dogs. Very specific.
Yep.
Like, yeah.
That's because they're people. They
Hmm.
think they're people.
100%. Well, Brandon, this was really, really cool. Thank you for being my Fractured Veil Sherpa. I had a blast running around with you, and thank you for putting up with me. Let's say it that way.
Yeah, no, I look forward to this next time, and I
He
hope
was so
Destiny is able to
patient. I feel like I have
come in.
no patience. But before before we wrap up, let's ask that last trivia question. Guys, if you have the answer to it, make sure that you put it down in the comments. So, the last question is, what did people used to use to carve jack-o'-lanterns before they used
No.
pumpkins? What? And I'll give you a hint. What did you do?
I accidentally ate the mutant meat again.
You need to take the mutant meat out of your inventory. What is going on with you right
Sorry,
now?
go on. One more time with the question.
All right, so it wasn't mutant meat, by the way. Or
Okay.
you know what? What does Matt keep eating? We'll do that as a bonus. And if you can answer that, okay? What does he keep eating that he's not supposed to eat? But the main trivia question is, what did people used to use as jack-o'-lanterns before they carved pumpkins? What did they carve creepy faces in? This is very easy. You can Google it. There's no reason why you shouldn't be able to answer this question. Put it down in the comments below, and you will be entered in our giveaway, which we will be announcing the winners on Halloween night.
Halloween. Exactly. And Brandon, once again, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for hooking us up with the keys to play the game. This has been really,
Yeah,
really
Fracture
cool.
Bell team, thank you.
Yeah, no problem. I mean, we're super excited to be here, and I look forward to doing many of these, and especially if we can organize something on the weekend. We'll definitely have a lot of adventures and hope to be on here really
We're gonna
soon.
do it.
Well,
We're gonna do it
100%.
on a weekend.
We're gonna do it.
Absolutely.
We're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it again soon. But very quickly, if people wanted to find out more about Fracture Veil, where could they learn more about the wonderful game you guys are creating?
So we do have an official website, fracturedveil.com. You're also able to join our Discord. If you guys could drop a link, that is where we are listening to suggestions, getting feedback, and really that's kind of the hub where we spend a lot of our time and resources looking into. So if you want to be a part of the community and you do want to make any suggestions, feel free to link that. Are you guys
Yep.
able to link?
Yeah, I'll put it.
Yeah,
I'll put it in the
we'll put
description
it
below.
down in the
Yeah.
comments, so they'll definitely be able to check. Guys, we're making it easy for you, so just click on it. Also, my only suggestion, since we already know farming is coming, is to put frames on the pictures. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's my only suggestion. Everything else is perfect. Just chef's kiss.
Yeah, perfect.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Brandon. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, we'll stay in touch. Brandon, add us
Definitely.
on Discord since
Yeah,
we know you're on Discord.
Yep,
And
that's
then
the and you can tell your audience this that is the fastest way to get through to me. But I definitely look forward to talking and playing with you guys more, and I appreciate the community, and I'll definitely be checking out more of you guys in the future.
Thank you. All right, guys. So you heard it here. Check out their Discord. It'll be down at the bottom if you have any suggestions. If you love survival games like us, please, please, please follow Fractureville. It is incredible, and we will be scheduling more time in the near future to play and watch Matt eat things he's not supposed to eat. So, anyways,
And we're also going to play Fractured Veil.
and we're also going to play Fractured Veil. So, love you guys. Thank you for supporting us, and we will see you on the next episode. Bye.
Peace.